Hello, welcome to Reiki Live. Just wait a second for people to get on here right now. My name is Kerri Wade. I am a Reiki Master Teacher in Chandler, Arizona. I also am a hypnotherapist and an advanced yoga nidra meditation facilitator through the Amrit Yoga organization. And I love to help people heal. My little tagline that I use is, I hope you kill stress before it kills you. Hi, Kristen, how are you? Hello, hi, Day, how are you? Welcome. Ooh, are you guys really hot where you are? Day, you're in Texas. And Kristen, you are in, give me a second, I'll think of it. Maryland. One of those, right? Hi, Eileen, how are you? Eileen is here suffering in Arizona too. Oh, you guys, I tell you what, we're not getting any relief from this heat this summer. It's just nasty. Yes, you are from beautiful Texas. Oh, whereabouts in Texas are you, Day? I'm wondering. Yeah, Kristen, Maryland. Is that what I said? Maryland, right? Yes. And so I'm going to give myself a win for it, whether you do or not. So anyway, the strap just keeps going beep, and like in bare minimal clothes because it's just so freaking hot. Yes, I do have on pants, so don't even go there. I am wearing clothes for sure, but I'm really glad that this isn't very low because I actually have food on me. I noticed a few minutes ago. So hot and muggy in Texas. Yeah, it's just nasty here. We did get some rain this last week and we were so excited. In Arizona, this is a really funny thing because I'm from Idaho originally. I've been in Arizona for about 30 years of my life, so quite a while. And in Arizona, there's this thing called rain that doesn't happen very often. But when it does happen, we're like a bunch of maniacs. We are outside in it, we are standing in it, and just absorbing all the energy of the rain because we get so little rain. And it is, I know it's a dry heat. Yes, it is. Ovens are also very dry heat, and there's not much difference between Arizona summers and sticking your head in an oven. So anyway, but we got some rain last week and we were so excited because it's like, yay, the monsoons are here. And we haven't had a drop since. And now it's going back up because when the monsoons come and the rain starts to come, it does get more humid, but it brings our temperatures down. So at least it's if our temperatures are 100 to 105, I mean, we're just happy. But 113 today and 115 tomorrow and the next day. We don't have any rain in sight for the next several days. So, oh well, it was a false alarm on the monsoon, but we all really enjoyed that little bit of it. So, thank you for being here, guys, and I really appreciate if you can share this out to your page and to your groups. I've put my website address here as well. So if you have any questions about me or anything I do or my story. Hi, Haley, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hello, Pete. Thanks for being here. So we're going to do a little Reiki tonight. Reiki is an energy healing, and we can utilize Reiki for physical healing, mental healing, emotional, and spiritual as well. It actually starts at the root, so it's going to heal from the spiritual level. Typically, that's where our issues start. So if you have let's say you have pain in your back, it's probably not really just pain in your back. It's because of your emotions and other things that you're going through that are just, I'm having a hard time with words tonight, which they're manifesting into your body. And so what we want to do is to try to release some of that before it becomes a physical manifestation. Reiki helps fill us with that life energy. It helps to clear out our chakras and get everything balanced and moving in the right direction. Sometimes our chakras are moving, but they're moving in the wrong direction. Hi, Angie. And so anyway, it never does any harm. So you have nothing to lose by enjoying some Reiki energy, right? So again, my name is Kerri Wade. I am in Gilbert, Arizona right now. Actually, my business is in Chandler, which is just about 8 miles away. So we all kind of run into each other here in the Phoenix area. So with Reiki is very much intention-based. So set your intention. If you have something in particular that you would like to receive Reiki for, you can set that intention. And I'm a big believer in intentions. I think they're very, very powerful. And as we get started with the Reiki, I actually went ahead and called in my Reiki guides and started the Reiki before I even turned on the camera tonight. So as I've already kind of started that energy flowing, hi, Radhika, California. Am I saying your name right, Radhika? It's beautiful, I like that. As we get started with the Reiki, that energy is already flowing. All you have to do is set an intention to receive it. And it's going to go where it's needed. It's like smart energy. So it's going to go where it's needed. But there's something certain that you'd like some healing around, or perhaps something that you are working on releasing or manifesting. Set that intention because it's really powerful. It really does work. And I'm going to take you through something that I use to help me release anxiety and to bring me back when I start to feel like I'm going towards a panic attack. Thankfully, it doesn't happen very often. I've had times it's kind of wonky here. Sorry. So if it gets kind of garbled, I'm sorry. I've got kind of weird internet stuff going on. Hi, Michael. And so anyway, it's a really easy tip that I have for you. And it's something that I always have with me. And it's called the breath. It is absolutely free. Anybody can do it. You don't have to have any special training. So just right now, wherever you are, just give some attention to your breath. How are you breathing? Are you breathing in your chest? Is your breathing slow? Is it rapid? Is it deep? Is it shallow? No right or wrong, no judgment here. Just pay attention to what is happening there. Oh, Rebecca. Oh, thank you, Radhika. Rebecca. It's pretty. Just pay attention to your breath. And what we want to do is, the breath is a naturally, automatically occurring thing that we have in our body. The breath happens without us having to pay attention to it. But it doesn't always happen in the best way. And so when we teach ourselves how to breathe in a better way, more deeply and with intention, we can do so much as far as handling that anxiety, that tension, that stress, the panic that arises in us. And so I just invite you to start taking a little deeper breath. And instead of breathing here, up here in your chest, bring it to your abdomen. Bring it to that diaphragm. Breathe in and feel your belly expanding. In Kids Yoga Nidra, we tell them to imagine your tummy is like a balloon and it's filling up with air as you breathe. So let your tummy just fill with the air and then release it through the mouth. And here's one breathing technique that I do a lot, and I really, really like it because it slows me down very quickly. And it's also a very cooling breath. So if you are hot and yicky like we are here in Arizona, this can also help cool you down. And it's called Chitali breath. It's a straw breath. And so what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through our nose, nice and deep. And then exhale through the mouth. But when you exhale, it's almost like you're blowing through a straw, but in a relaxed manner, not like really pushing it and really not like really forcing the breath out. You just want to let it release, but almost like you're blowing through a straw. A little bit of a pursed lip. So let's just try it, okay? If you can only do it for a few breaths, that's okay. Breathing is a practice like everything else, believe it or not. And so the more often you do this practice, the easier it is and the longer you can do it. And so if you've never done any deep breathing before, I would suggest that you start with maybe 3 minutes a day. If you can do that, start with whatever you've got. But try to do it 3 minutes a day, and then increase it to twice a day. And then maybe bump it up to 5 minutes each time. And just practice it, because the more you practice it, and the more the easier it becomes for you, the easier it's going to be for you to reach out and grab that and use it when you are feeling like you're a little bit in crisis mode, or if you are feeling very anxious about something, very nervous about something. I've used it at the dentist. I've used it when I'm having different challenges in my life. I've used it in a lot of situations. And I do try to practice it regularly. I do some straw breath breathing pretty much every day. So I can typically do it for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time. After that, I start to get bored, honestly. And so, but just practice. You have to start somewhere and you have to practice it. So let's just practice that a little bit together tonight, if you are willing. Breathing in through the nose and filling the diaphragm, letting your belly rise. And then releasing slowly through the mouth with a little bit of a pursed lip, like you're blowing gently through a straw. And what you want is to make your exhales longer than your inhales. And if it's not something that happens right away, that's okay. Just start wherever you are, okay? So breathing in and letting it go. Breathing in and releasing. See how beautiful that feels. The most important thing is just learning to breathe with your diaphragm, okay? Not just from the chest area, but really letting that belly fill up with air. Those deep, deep breaths. And if you want to just breathe in to the count of 3 and breathe out to the count of 3, do it. Whatever works for you. Again, it's a practice. We've got to start somewhere. And as you're relaxing and just breathing gently and quietly, bring your intention into your awareness. What is it you need the most today? Sometimes we just need those few minutes just to sit and relax. And to not think, not to have anything to do. Just sitting and breathing and being quiet. Sometimes we have something physical that's going on. Perhaps it's pain. Whatever it is, just acknowledge that it's there. And be okay with it. Not everything has to be a fight. Make space for it. can either even take yourself to where you are, like almost looking from the outside in. You're like looking at yourself, looking at your body, just taking yourself out of your body and just observing it. You can separate yourself from it. There's all kinds of things you can try, so I just throw out food for thought as it comes to me. Perhaps there's some emotions that you're holding on to and need to release. I have so many friends who have lost a loved one in the last couple of weeks. It's just mind-blowing to me. You know, at this age, I'm 58, and a lot of my friends are around my age as well. You know, it's just that time in our lives that we start losing people. And I think it's even worse now with COVID because we can't be with them. So if you're one of those friends of mine who have had a loss recently, lost somebody that you love, even a cherished pet or a friend, just honor yourself and let yourself be right where you are. Breathing in deeply, belly expands. Breathing out slowly as the belly goes down. Give yourself just this little moment in time to honor yourself and to love yourself a little. We go through a lot of different emotions in the grieving process. There's sadness, there's fear, there's anger. Wherever you're at in that process, just be okay with it. Perhaps you're feeling stuck, wondering what's next for you, what to do, where to go, maybe who to be with or don't know what to do. So I surrender to you, and I will follow your lead. You can really drive yourself crazy trying to figure things out sometimes, right? Is it just me? As you just go over it and over it and over, and it loops through your mind over and over. Ugh. Just turn it over. Turn it over. Let it go. How are we doing with our breathing? Bring your attention back to your breath. And let's take another nice deep breath in, letting the belly fill with the air. And letting it go through softly pursed lips like blowing through a straw, slowly and completely. Empty your diaphragm all the way. And then another deep breath in. And exhale. So when I start getting anxious about things, or feel like I'm starting to have a panic attack, because in a panic attack, it's like you're breathing in your chest and your breath speeds up and you're breathing fast and it's all up here. We're not breathing in our diaphragm at all. If you're practicing some breathing techniques every day, pretty soon you will automatically be able to move to the breath. When you first start, you have to consciously bring it in. But just like anything, as we use it more and more, it becomes more automatic for us. So just take a time out for yourself, go sit down, close your eyes, do some nice deep breathing. One little thing I wanted to read to you. I don't know what I did with it. This is from one of my Yoga Nidra books. It says, breathing deep stimulates the vagus nerve and can quickly counteract the fight or flight response the most effectively. The only way to affect the involuntary nervous system is through the breath. So that fight or flight response that we go into, we can control it. We can use our breath to control that response that our body goes into automatically. When we finish our Reiki tonight, I'm going to pull a card for us from the Postcards from Spirit deck. It's always interesting to see what Spirit has to say at the end. It's always perfect. I don't know if you guys are following my YouTube channel, but know that there are some meditations on there. There are some Yoga Nidra meditations, and there are some hypnosis, guided imagery sessions on there. So check those out. I think there's probably a link here, or there's a link on my website if not. So utilize those, practice with those. I've got a few different ones on there, maybe half a dozen of them or so. There's a kids yoga nidra on there as well. If you want to start to teach your children to meditate. Kids love nidra. I have a hard time getting children off my table sometimes because they don't want it to stop. They love it. They love it. It's all about them and they love that. I do a lot of Reiki and Yoga Nidra together. And I even have a kids package for Reiki and Yoga Nidra. And it's amazing. Think about the yoga nidra. My voice is breaking out here. The thing about yoga nidra is that it takes us to a deeper level than most mindfulness techniques that there are, different meditation techniques. It takes us to a very deep level. We use a series of techniques that we put together that we do some body awarenesses, we do some breathing techniques, and they move us from that beta to the alpha and deeper brainwave states. And it leads us down to that really still, quiet place where we can set an intention, we set some affirmations, and we just it's a place of resting as the backdrop. Resting as our source self. I often tell clients it's like, source is like the clear blue sky. It's just a backdrop. It's the source. Things pass through the sky, clouds, planes, hot air balloons, rain, but the sky never becomes those things. And we are source energy, but we tend to think we become the things that pass through our lives. Whether it's grief, whether it's stress, whatever it is, we become those things that are just really passing through right now. And Yoga Nidra helps us to disengage from that so that we can just rest as source energy. We rest as the sky of awareness. And it's an amazing technique. If you haven't done it, go try a couple on my YouTube channel. Because most people that have difficulty meditating, which is most people, are able to drop very easily and quickly into a Yoga Nidra meditation. It can be absolutely life-changing. It's going to help raise all of your good hormones, your endorphins, your oxytocin, all the good stuff, and it reduces our cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So it's an amazing technique for stress. The straw breath that I talked about a little bit ago is one of the breathing techniques that we can use in that sometimes. It's always one of my favorites. Ooh. Oh my gosh, we're like at 6:30. Time flies when you're having fun. So I would invite you right now just to think of something that you are grateful for. Just become aware of that. And just feel that gratitude in your heart. And let it fill up that entire heart space. You can breathe it in. Know that my heart space is always full of gratitude for you, for being here and doing Reiki with me. I try to get on here every Tuesday, but some weeks it just doesn't turn out. I don't know. It's not like, our lives are normal, our normal, busy, crazy lives, but I don't know. It's just stuff. This is life. Life is still life, right? Hi, Bruce. Hi, Victoria. Hello, Hope. How are you? I'm so sorry for your loss. Hope is one that had a loss this week, and you may have said something on here before. I haven't been reading the comments as I go through. I'm going to pull a postcard from Spirit for us. This is a deck by Colette Baron Reed, and they're just beautiful messages from Spirit. So I'm going to do that. And I want to remind you also about the seed therapy, the sacred energetic alignment, a new modality that was created actually by me and a fellow quantum healer, Terry Russell, who is up in Terry Ann Russell, who is up in Sedona. We worked on this for several months together, and it's really amazing. It's really amazing. So we are still offering that, or I'm still offering it through the month of August for $50 off. So it's $100. It's the combination pizza. We've got our releasing, we've got our energy clearing, we've got some Reiki and some healing, and a beautiful crystalline protection that we use at the end. There are a couple of attunements as well in our heart space and in our crown. And it's so freeing. And we teach you how to do these things on your own as well, so that you can continue to clear your energy and release as you need to release, so that you don't accumulate those negative frequencies and those low vibrations, because it can be so heavy. It can be so weighing on us. So anyway, that can be done remotely or in person. So, thank you, Kristen. Kristen says it's amazing. It is. It really is. I know. I feel it every time I do a session. It's just like, I feel good after it even. Doing it for other people. So, okay, here's our message from Spirit. Dear you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add more distance. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath. Slow down. Look at how far you've come. Decisions for the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of observer, here we are, sky of awareness, it's as if you turn on a switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. It's actually kind of dark down here and I'm having a hard time seeing. Sorry. Okay. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say, now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You will be glad you did. Love you. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, there you go. Sky of awareness. I'm telling you, friends. Resting is the sky of awareness. Just observe, you know. When things feel chaotic, that's another great thing that you can do. And another little thing that I personally use as well is just become the observer. Take yourself out of that situation. Go to another level, to another plane. You can all do it. You can all visualize. We're all visual in ways. We can take ourselves away from being in the middle of it, from being the cloud in the sky, and just become the sky and watch, just observe. And it's very free. We don't have to engage in that. We don't have to identify with the crap that's going on. It's just something passing through. Sometimes I even imagine, and this might be kind of silly, but I imagine like that life is a play or a movie, and I'm an actress, and I'm just playing a role. It's not who I am. It's not it's not my drama that I'm living through. I'm just playing a role. And when you can take yourself out of being that thing, that emotion, that state, that person that you sometimes think you are, and just observing it, it gives you a freedom. It gives you a freedom to just be on the outside looking in. It's an amazing thing to do. And so try it sometimes. Sometime when you feel it, close your eyes, do those breaths, do that straw breath, or any other breathing technique that works. And just let yourself step back and be outside of it, observing. Just try it, okay? And practice breathing, please. Start to practice a little bit every day. There's an app that I got, probably 3 or 4 months ago, called Balance, and some of you probably use it. And I can actually set up a reminder. So I get a reminder every day at 12 o'clock to stop and do this little, whatever it is that day. Most of mine I do like the breathing things. And so it actually stops me for 3 minutes and guides me through some breathing. Simple, right? 3 minutes, who doesn't have that? We can all do that. We can all do that. We can all make time for that. So anyway, Balance is the name of it though. And it's I have the free version. I'm sure there's, paid versions of everything, but check it out because it's really pretty cool. And you can choose what it is that you want, what you're using it for. Is it for me, mine is relaxation, and I like doing the breathing to do that, to bring myself back to center. And so anyway, it's one of those things you might check out. Thank you so much. It was that card amazing. This deck of cards is always amazing. It's like every week when we pull one afterwards, it has something to do with what we've just been talking about. So thank you, Spirit. It does work. Have a great night, you guys. And I'll probably be here next Tuesday. I'll let you know, though. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your friendships so very much. Thank you so much. You can find me on my website, kerriwade.com, or you can message me through here as well. Okay? I love you. Take care. Have a great night.